Hi guys, this is Starcraft and welcome to the series of Starcraft English commentary. We're still watching SCSL finals. This is a tournament that was played in, I guess it finishes at around September 2023, but I only get the chance to cast the finals now. It's going to be played between Snow and Rush, and it looks like after 2 games, Snow is up 2-0. The next set is going to be played on the map Polypoid, with Snow spawning in the top right corner of the screen in the purple color, and his opponent is going to be spawning at the bottom left corner of the screen in the red color. So very nice performance from Snow so far, and yeah, it's gonna be up to our friend here Rush to do something about it, otherwise we get eliminated. Mind you, this is gonna be a best of 7, so the first player to net 4 kills would eventually make it out, and let's see if Snow goes to something crazy like 12 Nexus once again. This would definitely favor that kind of build because the 2 players are so far from each other. But no, it looks like Snow is going to be going for a gateway first on the high ground. Is going to go out and scout. Before the game gets heated, let me read some advertising. So my name is Starcraft. I'm very happy to have you joining my YouTube channel. I'm known to upload insanely fast Starcraft English commentaries, fast as in both the speed of the upload as well as the speed of my talking. If you like that, please put on headphones and you might enjoy English in slightly one ear and Korean slightly in the other ear. If you don't like that at all, you can use the left-right sound select Chrome add-on to completely turn off one of the channels. You can find out how to do that in the video description. I've mentioned a way for you to actually use that add-on. You can add friends with me on Facebook. You can join a Telegram group, Root War Forever, to watch VODs without ads. All of those things can be done via a link in the video description, a bit.ly link. If you want to buy me a coffee to support me, I would greatly appreciate it. There are 3 ways you do that. You can take a look at the video description, and let's get started with what's happening with this game. Looks like Rush is going to come down with 2 SCV. The pro from Snow arrives, and looks like Rush is going to get ready to go for a very quick expansion here, but for now he's being very pestered by this annoying probe. There's no marine. Anyways, the first marine comes down, and Rush will have just enough time to put down his Nexus. His enemy Snow has already come up with a Zealot, so we shall see here. Only a single marine so far. Snow's gonna also take his expansion, although he's gotta make a trade-off here because he's already started mining gas for some time. He goes for 2 Zealot. 2 Zealot before anything. I'm sure he's already put some of the probes off gas here because he actually wants to prioritize the what is it, you know, just the mineral intake as much as possible for the Nexus to come down. And indeed he does get a Nexus down. The probe arrives with the Zealot here. He's gonna try to attack the SCV. He tried to get on the high ground, but a glitch there, a kind of a bad glitch. But now both the Marines gets damaged, and the 3rd Marine might get damaged as well. The probe is gonna get mixed in, but it gets sniped. No, it survives. The probe survives, and it's gonna go home. We have a 2nd Zealot that comes out, and that's gonna be problematic here. A Marine trying to attack this Zealot inside of Rush's base. The other 2 Marines gonna try to hide out there, but 1 Marine down. SCV is doing very good body blocking, but now it's gonna be no more Marine inside of the main. There is still a Marine outside, and that SCV building the bunker will get destroyed very quickly here. That Zealot is still alive. The bunker will complete now. I think the bunker is gonna try to complete. The Marine is inside the bunker. The 2nd Zealot is gonna try to get on the high ground. We have 2 Zealot inside the main. Where's the Dragoon? I don't think we have a Dragoon so far, but that's very good. Both of the Zealot are very much damage, but they're gonna be able to go in here and inflict even further damage. There's no supply depot that block these paths, and so we're gonna be having the last attack here. It looks like very good dancing back and forth for Snow. He takes out yet another SCV supply after the encounter. Is 25 for Rush and 25 once again for Snow, and the game is gonna kind of stabilize a little. Probes getting transferred towards the new base. I mean, during this entire time, Rush has got his command center started very early, but he was unable to saturate it. So at the end of the day, I think the saturation time for both of the bases is about the same for both of the players here. Very interesting encounter. So what do we have next? We're gonna be having what it looks to me like just a very fast robo here, completely scouted by Rush. The Dragoons is not there to intercept. Okay, it looks like SV number is quite healthy for Rush. The Dragoon comes out, it's going to try to destroy this SV. The second gateway comes down, Robo completes. We are not seeing any kind of additional tech after that yet. For example, the Observatory or the Reaver support bay. Looks like the Reaver support bay is made and the SV is not there to see it. Very, very good for Rush. He knew exactly that he was able to take out that SCV without just a single probe, and that is going to be what he does. So for now, Rush is going to be slightly in the dark supply-wise. Snow is only ahead by about 35, 36, but this is gonna, you know, just completely get notified in a couple of seconds here because the Protoss usually explodes up in supply at around this time. Because Protosses don't have to waste the entire worker to build something. You can actually plant the building down and just completely go out of the way, and this is why during this time supply is going to be slightly in favor of Protoss. Looks like we're going to be having the first shot of the game coming out. Reaver, is it going to be Reaver first or is it going to be Observer first? It could possibly be Observer first because he built the Observatory first. There's a spawning pylon here between the second base and a potential third base of the Protoss player. Dragoon range is not yet done, so Snow's going to prioritize stuff flying in the air, you know, in detriment of the stuff walking on the ground. Yeah, it looks like both the players are just going to be preparing for the eventual encounter in the mid-game here. We're going to be having the Reaver that comes out of this shuttle. It looks like that's going to be a Reaver because why would the shuttle be waiting there? We have another SV that comes out to scout. And it looks like Snow is very, very mindful of potential vulture run by. He's got a Dragoon completely walling himself in, you know, in preparation for that vulture. We have a probe coming out to go for an expansion, and it leaves the potential third blade right as the vulture arrives here, and the vulture is going to be very pissed not to find anything there. Dragoon started to move forward, but we have a mine in position already, and Snow might take the expansion at the 12 o'clock base, just because there's no other places to take right now. We're going to be having another mine planted at the what is it, 3 o'clock base. The Reaver is possibly underway now, so Snow's going to be very, very mindful as to where he flies the shuttle over. He does fly it very out of the way of the vultures and the mines here, so he's gonna be able to have a good chance to arrive at his enemies. But it looks like Rush is completely prepared. He hasn't built any turrets yet though. He's only built what looks like a couple of mines. He's planted mines in several key locations, got floating buildings around, and he's gonna start to build some turrets now inside the main to start, and possibly at the expansion. Snow is not yet expanding. He's I guess he comes up with a Observer is gonna be able to clear the potential next base. Now we're gonna be having shuttle with speed that fly right in. We have Goliath in position. The Goliath is gonna try to focus on the Reaver. The Xenon lands. The Reaver is gonna try to take some shot here. The Reaver is gonna take a couple of shot on the SCV. That is a dud. That's really, really unfortunate. He does one more shot. No, that's not that. That was quite nice. Destroying several units now. The Reaver is gonna be hiding in the corner. The Goliath is gonna try to target the Shadow. The Shadow is so damaged, but still able to do one more shot. Maybe. No, it flies all the way to the expansion. There's just a turret here, and that's a nice shot. One more shot possibly. And finally we're going to be seeing the Shadow getting sniped here, but the Reaper can take maybe 2 more shots, 1 shot, and then attacking the vulture possibly. He's going to be able to attack the vultures and just hiding in the very small area. He's going to be able to take out the turret. That turret getting destroyed is very, very nice, and he might even attack the tank. One shot on the tank, and no, that shot is not meant to be. Very good attack, I think, for Snow. He killed possibly 8 or 9 SCVs and disrupted mining for several seconds at different bases here. We're going to be having the 3rd base and potentially the 4th base. A lot of Dragoons coming out, and Snow is going to try to rebuild his army here, which is a lot of gateways. Yeah, we don't see the replacement shuttle, so I think Snow for the time being is going to prioritize his ground forces. Okay, we have the starport coming up for Protoss, excuse me, for Terran. And yeah, Rush's not in a hurry to move out. He's just going to sit at home, wait, get his turret set up. Make sure he doesn't die to the second Reaver. Looks like a lot of Dragoons are in the front though. We don't have enough siege tanks. Okay, we have 2 siege tanks, but possibly more on the high ground here. Observer getting sniped. That's a bit unfortunate. Stoke would go for an expansion, I think. He's got enough money for it. Observer coming in to check for the 10. We don't have any kind of scanners, so nothing is there to actually destroy this Observer. We have finding the 4th base coming up for Snow. He's leading about 10-ish supply. He checks the position. The armory is up, but not yet spinning, and he knows exactly where is the army, where is the starport, and he possibly would be able to camp his Observer in the corner just to see precisely when the starport will have the add-on. That's going to be the timing for him to start to make cannons inside of his bases. What do we have here? Okay, looks like Corbing upgrade. For what? Is that for +1 weapons for the carriers or +1 armor for the Shadow to survive the onslaught? I mentioned to you, many cases we see the Protoss player go for +1 armor on their air units, just to make sure that they have good resistance to Goliath and turret fire. We shall see if that is what our friend Jon Snow King the North is going for. We have the replacement shadow here with a Reaver in the corner. Observer not snipe. Very nice. It's gonna be time for him to pull the observers back. More cannons at the 4th base, and Probe could start to get transfer turrets on new base. And yes, Snow's got complete map control here. He's ahead of about 20 supply. We're gonna be having tanks slightly move forward from Rush and trying to assert himself a little bit on the map, but it's gonna be quite difficult. We're gonna be having that pylon's completed. Is that gonna be Stargate in the corner? He's getting ready to build that Stargate. Okay, he does have a Stargate inside of the expansion, and he possibly could have another Stargate inside the main. We're going to be having probes getting transferred to the new base. That's fine. Vultures started to run around, but Dragoons are blocking very nicely, and one Vulture snipe. We have a Shadow getting ready to come in and snipe, but he's not yet flying just yet. He's going to wait on the high ground. He's got an Observer that sees everything. Reaver attack the Vultures and snipe it out. We're going to be having a scan, so Observer need to kind of pull back. I think we have a Dragoon in the area. Looks like very good Reaver baiting the shot from the Dragoons, and then Reaver takes 2 shots, and that's really problematic here. Another Vulture gets sniped, and supply-wise, Snow is up by about 40 supply. He's using these Dragoon bait beautifully, destroying 2 tanks already. He might do more shots on the Vultures. Oh my god, so many shots damaging a lot of these Vultures, and now we're going to be having the barracks float over. I think by now possibly Snow's got his second Stargate being created already, and finally Snow's going to back up. He's going to allow his enemy to post in position and finally take the 3rd base here. We have the tank line started to come out and started to become a little bit scary, but Snow's got complete control. I mean, where do we see a Protons player ahead by about 33 supply, have 5 bases versus Terran 2 bases, and are still also taking carriers? Usually it's one or the other. Usually we don't see this kind of, dominance from Protons, just taking so many bases and going for carriers. We have Zelle dropping, and Reaver taking more shot on the Goliath, maybe. No, that's going to try to go for the Reaver, which isn't so bad. It's going to be able to destroy that tank. Repair work not enough. And he picks up more Reaver shot, and that Goliath is way too far forward. That Observer is really providing critical information for Snow here. We're not seeing any kind of scan, and one more Reaver shot on something. He's going to try to take a Reaver shot on the Goliath, and finally everything is getting destroyed. And Rush is not scanning. He needs to scan. He needs to continuously scan and see the Observer, but finally now we're going to be seeing this command center float over, but Snow is ahead by about 50 supply. He's possibly making his first Reaver, excuse me, his first carriers now. Yeah, he's got triple Stargate, 2 in the main and 1 in the expansion, so he's going to be feeling very nice. He could also start to saturate probes towards his 5th base. I mean, 5 base Protons against 3 base Terran with carriers. I mean, for sure, Snow's going to be winning this game. It's going to be impossible, I think, for Rush to try to come back here, but he's going to try. Probes getting blocked here. One Vulture is able to do some damage, but not much, and that is going to be possibly the beginning of the end here. Snow's still ahead by about 40 supply. He doesn't die to these pushes, and he'll be just fine. I think upgrades now is going to be +1 for Terran, and possibly for Snow, so +1. We shall see. Yeah, looks like not enough presence of mines on the entire map here. Very few mines. Rush is so afraid to move out, and 1 more Stargate for a total of 4. I mean, 5 Bay Protons is pumping just anything but Stargates. I mean, excuse me, Stargates and nothing else. Not anything but Stargate. And finally, we see the scan by Rush. He knows that he's in deep crap, man. I mean, he's so deep in the dong. He can start to make some Goliaths now, but the ground army from Snow isn't so bad. A lot of Pylon being created at the bottom right of the map. Very funny. We have this small tank move out here. He's gonna try to eye the 3 o'clock position. There's some cannons in position here, but Snow is expanded everywhere like a fiend. Reaver doing so many shots. 1 Dragoon in the corner. Goliath trying to target the Shadow, but we had so many Reaver shot attacking. We have the tank doing quite nice damage, and both Reaver get destroyed, and Goliath are pushing forward, which is nice. But yeah, look at how much Protons got, man. Protons got so much army. Still leading by about 40 supply. A small Dragoon force trying to cut out the reinforcement, and tanks are returning. This is a nice sandwich though from Rush. Dragoons are gonna get melted to butter here. A couple of Dragoons get pushed back, but still, I mean, there's just so much forces, and even this Dragoon blocking the SCV from building a new base. And finally, Snow come up with double Reaver. Possibly double Shadow with Reaver. I'm not so sure what's inside, but Dragoon's engaging, and we have a Shadow flying forward. It doesn't have anything inside. It's just a bait, but yeah, we do have a Reaver that gets sniped in the process. Zealot walking right through. Not enough Vultures. I mean, this is what happens when you build too many Goliaths. You cannot have everything, right? Either you build Goliath and tanks, or you build tanks and Vultures. and the lack of vultures is, you know, proving to be detrimental to rush pushes here. Snow is still ahead by about 35 to 40 supplies. He stopped his enemy from expanding. These carriers are still just about 2 carriers. Goliath trying to move forward, but they're gonna get sandwiched between the Dragoons and the Xehanort here. I mean, this is gonna be the final battle, I think, for Rush. Is doing a nice valiant job here, but so many Dragoons and carriers are so supporting from the back. We have about 5 Goliaths remaining. Goliath can start to target, you know, trying to specifically target the carriers maybe, but it looks like all of the Goliaths have fallen. Dragoons destroying the rest of the tank here. Very good spread of units and nice Mind Drug as well. Looks like the tank is gonna be reduced to 0 and all of the carriers survive. GG by Rush. Snow wins 3-0. Let's move on to the next set. See you soon. Bye bye.